Welcome back in the chemistry class. Now the topic is interconversion of states of matter. First of all, what is interconversion? Interconversion means from one state to another state. So, first of all, see the flow chart. This is ice, water, then vapor, by heating, melting, it is evaporation or vaporization. And this is known as freezing, and this is known as condensation. So here one state of matter that changes into another state, ice that changes into water by the effect of heating, and this is known as melting. Water that changes into vapor, and the process is known as evaporation or vaporization. The third one is vapor when changes into water, that process is known as condensation, and when water that changes into ice, then it is known as freezing. Now there are different terms in the interconversion of states of matter. So the first one is the when solid state that changes into liquid state, that is known as melting. So when solid state, solid means ice that changes into water or liquid state, then the process is known as melting. Second one is the evaporation or vaporization. When liquid state that changes into gaseous state, then the process is known as evaporation or vaporization. The third one is the when vapor or gaseous state that changes into liquid state, then the process is known as condensation. After that, when liquid state that changes into solid state, the process is known as freezing. So these are the different terms that used in the interconversion of states of matter. Now the next one is the physical properties of matter. Physical properties. So physical means outer characteristics. Outer characteristics like shape, color, taste, solubility, and conductivity. We discuss all these terms one by one. So first of all, the shape. So the shape of matter can be changed. Shape, there are two type of shapes, means crystalline or amorphous. So the solids may be crystalline or amorphous. Crystalline means they have crystal-like body. For example, sugar, salt, and in amorphous, they are in fine powdered form like flour or talcum powder. So it is the shape property. The second one is the color. So different state of matter have different type of colors, like gold has yellow color, or chlorine gas, that is greenish yellow in color. So different type of matters have different colors. Taste, so taste, every substance has its characteristic taste. For example, sugar, that is sweet in taste. Salt, that is salty in taste. Next is the solubility. Solubility means how much any substance that dissolved in water or not. On the basis of solubility, there are two types. First one is the water soluble. The second one is the water insoluble. Water soluble materials, the examples like salt or sugar that mixed with water. So they are water soluble materials. Water insoluble means the substances which do not dissolve in water, like sand or oil. The last one, that is the conductivity. Conductivity means some substances, they conduct heat and electricity. That means they allow the electricity to pass through them. So these are known as the conductors, good conductors of electricity. And the example, that is iron, etc. Now the next one is the chemical properties. Chemical properties means when one state that changes into another state, and this changing state, they have different properties from this. So for example, when water that is heated, that changes into steam. So steam have different properties than water. So it is known as the chemical change. Now this is known as the reactant. The material which undergo change, that is known as the reactant, and the product, this. After the change, the material that formed, that is known as the product. So this is the reactant and this is the product. Now in this, next one is the effect of heat on matter. Effect of heat on matter. So there are different type of effects. The first one is the expansion. The second one is the increase in temperature. The third one is the change of state. And the fourth one is the chemical change. Now the first one is the expansion. Expansion means when we heat some substance, they expand. For example, when we heat solid, so it expands to some extent. But when we heat liquid or gaseous, that expand vigorously. So expansion that depends upon the state of matter. Second one is the increase in temperature. When heat energy is added to any substance, what happens? The kinetic energy of the particle that increase, means they speed up the movement of particle, so which result into the increase in temperature. So temperature, that is a measure of increase in the kinetic energy of particles. The third one, that is a change of state. So change of state means from gaseous state to liquid state. When any substance, for example ice, that changes into liquid, means water, so the process is known as the change of state, and the heat required to change the state, that is known as the latent heat. And one more term that is very much important, that is the latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Mark it, important definition. So it is defined as the amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram of a liquid to its gas at its boiling point. So it is the latent heat of vaporization. The last one is the chemical change. Chemical change means when one state that changes into another state, they undergo irreversible changes, and these are known as the chemical change. Now the last topic of the chapter is expansion of solids. Expansion of solids. It is of three types. The first one is the linear, second one is the aerial, third one is the cubical. So when the length of the solid that increases when heated, that is known as the linear expansion of solid. Second one is the aerial. When area wise increases after heating, then it is known as the aerial expansion of solids. And the last one is the cubical, means when the volume of a solid increases when heated, then that is known as a cubical expansion of solid. So this is all about your chapter matter. Thank you.